a good distance away from the wall because we have some postures where we do an arm back behind us. So just kind of know that, okay? So here we go. Sitting on my chair. I'm away from my chair. I'm looking to see in the camera if you can see my feet. Yep, you can. And let's start our class by a right fist. So this is my right fist. Y'all figure out which one is your right fist. That's the sun. And the flat palm on top, that's the moon. And we bow down to one another to start our chair Tai Chi class today. Beautiful. Let's start with feeling our feet onto the floor. So this is a grounding exercise. So what do I mean? Usually your feet are on the ground, right? Let's be a little bit more active with that by pressing the feet firm into the ground. You're going to feel kind of a tightening sensation in the top of the legs, the knees, the calves, maybe in your pelvis, your behind muscles. And this helps us to get out of our busy mind and into our bodies. Now with the feet firm into the floor, let's place the hands below the belly button and then the hand above that. Wiggle those shoulders a little bit. That's a little lymphatic drainage there when you pump those shoulders, and then roll those shoulders back and down. Kind of tuck the chin in as if you were nice and tall as best you can, depending on what your back issues are today, yeah? And let's breathe in and expand the belly outwards, and as we exhale, we contract the belly button in towards the spine. Low belly breathing. Again, breathe in, belly out, belly soft, and then exhale, contract that belly button towards the spine. Again, breathing in, expand that belly as if you're blowing up a balloon. And exhale. Remember, press into the floor with those feet. Once more, breathe in, belly out. And exhale. Breathing low into the Dantian. That's that little energy ball, little energy center that's about 2 finger widths below your belly button. That's where kind of the center of your body is today. We'll start with our Atlas point rotation. So we're going to take our nose and draw either an oval or a circle with our nose. So basically, we're softening those neck muscles. You might be hearing some little crinkly things going on. It's called crepitus. It's just kind of a fancy word for noises of the body. Again, softening those neck muscles, also noticing your range of motion going on here. Does it feel spicy one side versus the other? Spicy meaning, you were definitely noticing it, yeah? Now, if this makes you feel dizzy with your eyes following that circle, your eyes can stay centered as you do your Atlas point rotation. That's a little bonus there for a little kind of eye exercise when you do that. And let's pause and let's go the other direction. So here we go. Draw it the other way. Got to give the other side of the brain a little workout here. Again, Tai Chi facilitates a little bit of dementia prevention because we use both sides of the brain, both sides of the body, a familiar feeling and an unfamiliar feeling. And you'll kind of feel that here when we start doing our movements side to side. One more time, all the way around. Very good. Next is swimming dragons. We're going to place the hands together, and it's a firm little thing. Now you can hook the thumbs if you like, or not. It doesn't matter. And your forearms can be dropped or parallel forearms to the floor. And again, we're kind of sitting up tall here, and you can just kind of relax the feet now. You don't have to vigorously press them into the floor now. We're going to breathe in, belly big. And as you exhale, contract that belly button. Push the hands one direction, turn the head the other direction. Woo! Stay here, breathe in, belly big. Exhale back to the center. Contract that belly button. This again for range of motion for easing neck pain. Inhale, stay here. Exhale, push it the other side. Again, stay here. Breathe in. Exhale back to the center. Let's do one more each side. Inhaling, belly big. Stay here. Press into those palms. Exhale, push it away. Turn the head one direction. Stay here. Breathe in. Exhale back to the center. One more time. Inhale, belly big. Here we go. Exhale, push it the opposite directions. And then inhale back to the center. Beautiful. From here, open up your hands like a little starfish. Bring that hand out to the side and lower the arm a little bit. Then turn the thumb to the back of the room. Woo. So spread the feathers, opens up the cartoid and improves blood flow to the brain when we drop the opposite ear towards the shoulder and then lift the chin to look where the wall meets the ceiling. You're going to feel a little bicep shoulder business going on with that extended arm. Now we're going to add on to this. We're going to take the chin towards our chest and then towards the extended arm side. And then kind of like drawing a smile with your chin, and then bring the chin back down towards the chest and towards that opposite side and release. So just kind of notice that sensation that was going on with that side. Let's do the other side. Spread the hands out, spread them out nice and wide, very good. And then take the hand out to the side, maybe lower a little bit, maybe higher. Kind of find a sweet spot there. Turn the thumb to the back of the room. Ooh, kind of spicy. And drop your ear towards your shoulder, that opposite ear. Kind of notice what that, the extended arm side feels like, okay? Take the chin, look up towards the corner of the room. Now we're going to add on to it. We're going to drop the chin towards our chest, slowly now, slowly. And then chin towards the same side arm, extended out. Now go back down towards your chest, nice and slow, okay? And then back towards the original place. And release. Let's spin those hands. This loosens our wrists, good for carpal tunnel. And this is really important when we do the Tai Chi ball class, because we're going to be spinning that ball, moving the ball forward, backward, side to side. Not today, but when we add that class to the menu. And a little bit of air on your chest when this happens. Very good. And let's reverse. Here we go. Now, my left wrist doesn't spin as well when I do the reverse. I don't know if y'all notice stuff like that and want to do the whole arm. I'm just trying to do the wrist. Again, that's what I'm noticing on my body. Next, we'll be doing some shoulder rolls and alternating and holding to prevent hump in the neck, strengthening that upper back musculature. So from here, we're going to shrug the shoulders up towards our ears and then release them. Let's just go ahead and do those shoulder rolls here. And let's reverse. Notice if one side is a little more challenging than the other. And then again, we're going to shrug the shoulders towards our ears, so you're going to feel a little upper back muscular contraction going on here. Then we shift over to one side, hand in front, hand out to the side. Again, this is to strengthen the upper back muscles, to lessen that dowager's hump. And release it down. Whew, bring it back to the center. Once again, shrug the shoulders up towards the ears. Shrug, shrug, shrug. You're squeezing the armpits also. Looks weird, right? Yeah. And then turn halfway over to the other side and just really shoulders up, 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 up. I love it. And then release it down back to the center. You know what? Shoulders up and down. That's part of our lymphatic release. Get those fluids to get out of your body. I love it. And next is wild goose flutter. So we're fluttering our hands up and down. So this is bringing energy into our fingers, into our wrists and arms. Again, do what you can with what you got. And then maybe you can take it out to the side. Oof, it kind of feels challenging. Maybe one in front, one out to the side. Now, when we start adding twists to our movement patterns, sometimes air happens. That means burping and other things. So just know that, okay? It's kind of natural. I feel a burp coming on is what I'm trying to prepare you for, okay? And then come back to the front at an angle. One more time. And then out to the side. Very nice. I'm going to shift over to one side of my chair. I got a big chair here. I'm going to place my hand on my leg or on my shoulder. We're going to do stir arms. So again, this is to notice the range of motion. Let's see. I have a pacemaker on this side. So, they put my arm in a sling for about 2 weeks to make sure those wires that were embedded into my heart, stayed there. And so afterwards, this is one of the physical therapy movements that they gave me to get my range of motion back in that shoulder complex. And I was kind of tickled that it was a Tai Chi movement too, so that's cool. And let's pause and go the other way. Notice if it feels a little different when you go the other direction or if it makes a different shape. I usually don't look at my shape, but I can kind of feel that it's a little different, yeah? Ooh. And again, you can place a hand on the shoulder. You may feel clicky things going on. You may hear clicky things going on. Do what you can with what you got. Maybe you're doing a little bit less big circle. I'm kind of vigorous on this one because I just know how good it is for my pacemaker side. Yeah. You've had chest surgeries. You know, I had heart surgery 2 years ago where they went in through my ribs for my AFib to get rid of AFib. So this helps with kind of getting those scars kind of less scar-y. Less scar-y? Is that a word? Anyway, it is when Gail says it, right? Make it smaller, smaller, and smaller. What would be another word for less scarry? I'm not sure. Anyway, other side. Here we go. Now, I don't put the hand on this shoulder because it's not as spicy as my pacemaker side. And my shapes are prettier. Okay, that's my personal opinion. So I'm kind of a light-hearted person. So other teachers may not be of the same kind of personality like me. So check out the other teachers, okay? But if you're coming to Tai Chi, this is your only choice. Although we have another instructor that's coming on board to be doing Tai Chi, so she's great. And then let's make it go the other way. Very good. Ooh. Okay, maybe okay, I feel some stuff going on here. Oh, yeah. We're going to do Kuan Yin Paints a Rainbow next. Again, it's a range of motion thing. It's an isolation of that shoulder joint. It helps with easing bursitis, okay? Arthritis, bursitis. Anything with an itis usually means inflammation. Can y'all hear my twang? I think you can. And then make it smaller, smaller, and smaller. Do y'all feel that kind of sensation going on in the hands, a little energy? Maybe so. So again, next is Kuan Yin Paints a Rainbow. Let's do the finishing breath. Finishing breath in Tai Chi is inhale, circle, sweep arms up. And then hands on top of a ball, bring down the energy. Bring it down to your lower Dantian. Very good. We're going to do that again. Breathe in, circle, sweep arms up, and bring down that energy. We're going to bring a hand out to the side. The palm is facing your hip to begin with, but we're going to take the thumb, turn it to the back of the room, pinky towards me. Then inhale, circle, sweep the arm up. Exhale, arm back behind you. Ooh, some stuff going on there. Inhale, gather them together, flip it, and bring the other hand down and turn the thumb away, pinky towards me. Very good. Inhale, circle, sweep arm up. Exhale, back behind you. You may have to turn your body a little bit. Very good. Inhale up, flip it, and bring the hand down. Pinky towards me, thumb away. Here we go. Breathe in, circle it up. Exhale, back behind you. Snap, crackle, pop, maybe. Inhale, gather, flip it, and bring it down. Thumb away, pinky towards me. Okay, got it figured out. Here we go. Breathe in, up, up, up. Exhale, back behind you. Woo. Inhale, up, flip it, and down. Last time this side, thumb away, pinky towards me. Breathe in, up, up, up. Exhale, back behind you. Inhale, gather, flip it, and bring the other one down. Thumb away, pinky towards me. Here we go. Breathe in. Exhale, back behind you. Inhale, up, and bring it down. Let's do that finishing breath. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. And then palms down, bring down the chi. Next is arm swinging, cupping the hands. This loosens our shoulder joints. Now, I don't know if it actually loosens it, but it feels like the muscles get a little loose, okay? So cup the hands and swing them. It's kind of like a heavy-handed swing. This kind of reminds me of being on the swings. I put my feet in the swings and go up and down. I don't know why. Again, do what you can with what you got. There's a little movement of the upper body kind of shifting forward and back. Just kind of notice that. And then if you can, take the hands and tap the tops of the shoulders. So a little bit more of elbow business going on here. We got some elbow business going on. I love it. Woo. And if you can't tap the shoulders, just do what you can. You know, maybe it doesn't quite go there. Maybe it does. It's okay either way. Again, you're dealing with whatever's going on with you and your body today. It's going to be different each day. So if you've done this class a bunch, you're thinking, oh, I can't do it today. Well, usually there's a reason, right? Who knows what that is? Okay, let's do two more. Here we go. 2 and 1. Very good. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Bring down fists. We're going to do eagle claw. So part of eagle claw is you make a fist and you open the hands wide and do fists again. This is great for increasing our mobility. So fist here resting on our legs. And let's inhale, fist to chest. Exhale, fist sky high. Do what you can. Inhale, fist back down to your chest. Open the hands, squeeze the shoulder. Exhale, push it forward like a stop sign. Inhale, back to your chest. Exhale, out to the side. So here's where we close it. Open and close 5 times. So here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to your waistline. Other side, fist to chest. Breathe in. Exhale, sky high. Very good. Inhale, back to your chest. Open up that hand. Exhale, push it forward. Very good. Inhale, back to your chest. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, out to the side. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to your waistline. Inhale, fist to chest. Exhale, sky high. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale, back to your chest. Open up. Exhale, push it forward. Beautiful. Inhale, back to your chest. Exhale, out to the side. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Inhale, fist to chest. Exhale, sky high, reach. Beautiful. Inhale, back to your chest. Open up the hands. Exhale, push it forward. Wonderful. Inhale, back to your chest. Out to the side. Here we go. Exhale, out to the side. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to your waistline. One more time, each side. Inhale, fist to chest. Increasing mobility. Exhale, sky high. Excellent. Inhale, back to your chest. Open up. Exhale, push it forward. Lovely. Inhale, back to your chest. Squeeze that shoulder. I love it. Exhale, out to the side. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last time. Here we go. Inhale, fist to chest. Exhale, sky high. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale, back to your chest. Open up that hand. Spread them out, spread them out. Exhale, press it forward. Beautiful. Inhale, back to your chest. Out to the side. Here we go. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to your waistline. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Exhale, bring down the chi. All right, we haven't been doing anything for the lower body. It's time for the lower body. So bring a leg out to the side. Woo! You may have to move your behind if it feels weird on your chair. Just kind of know that, okay? We're flexing the heel. Y'all feel that sensation in the calf, maybe in the quadricep. Make sure your toe is not like turning out to the side, but it's kind of like straight up, okay? And then maybe really toes towards you. Woo! If it's pretty spicy in the back of the knee, you can always bend that knee a little bit. Then you're going to feel it in your hip flexor, maybe in your shin area. It's good. So this is for preventing foot cramps, to improve ankle flexibility. And when we start the pump part, it's considered to be your second heart, blood flow to the heart, a blood glucose lowerer. Oh, I said it correctly. And now we're going to point the toe away. Ooh, now feel what you feel. Kind of look at your toe. Well, I have bare feet today, so my toes are kind of weird. I got a bunion on here, and I got toes that like to curl because I was wearing those steel toe shoes when I worked at the plant site, and so it kind of, and high heels and boots, they kind of like cramped my feet. I wasn't really doing a good toe splay. I don't know about y'all, but some of the walking is challenging because of what's gone on with my feet in the past. Now, let's do toes towards you, toes away. So there's the pump. There's your second heart pumping. So you got this little calf pump going on in the calf. Returns that lower extremity blood flow back to the heart. This is a good thing. You may have to go slow. You may have to go whatever speed you can do, okay? And I've got carpet here, so I thought I'd be barefoot. It's easier for me to do carpet with bare feet. And I'm like digging little holes in my carpet here. That's okay. Let's do like 85 more, shall we? I have about 3 more. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Wow. Now you can take your hand underneath to bring that leg in, or just slide it in. We're going to do the other side. So bring that other leg out. Get your behind feeling fine on your chair. Maybe you wiggle it out a little bit. And again, toes towards you. Ooh. Notice if this feels different, this side versus the first side. Is it more tight? Is it more loosey-goosey? Or, some other kind of descriptive sensation thing, yeah? If you got plantar fasciitis or neuromas or bone spurs, this might be a little challenge, yeah, but this might be part of your physical therapy they give you when you try to work on those things. Just kind of know that, okay? Now, point the toes away. Ooh, my foot just popped. Did y'all hear that? Probably not. I was talking, but it was a big, loud sound, yeah? And again, I'm just breathing in and out, just trying to, get my breath going, get some oxygen into my body. Now I'm going to do that point and flex. So I'm hanging onto my chair as I do that. Okay, I'm noticing if it feels any different than the other side. It doesn't really feel different, the point and flex on this side, but definitely it felt different with the flexed foot and the pointing the toes away. So I had surgery on this foot and had a sprain on the other one. So I got weird stuff going on. So you may have similar things. Feet are different, right? Maybe one foot is longer than the other. It's a different shoe size. I have that going on too. So yeah, weird stuff. Again, when you pump the calves after you eat, when you take a short little walk, that helps lower your blood glucose. So just know this is a kind of something in your toolbox that you can know how to lower that blood glucose. If you have a challenging A1C or blood sugars that are higher, this is a nice simple thing to add to your toolbox for helping you manage those items, okay? Woo! This is a nice complement to our Friday class, the fall prevention yoga class. So this is a nice thing that we do in that class too sometimes. All right, and let's bring it in. Whew, that was nice. Scoot back in your chair a little bit, and you're going to take your fingers underneath your knee pit. You have an armpit, you can have a knee pit, yes. Let's do some point and flex here also. Notice how it feels a little different in the air as opposed to being down on the ground. Also, if you have some hip challenges, this may be going like, ooh, maybe I need to be working on strengthening that. Now, we're going to rotate the foot inward. Oof. Again, this strengthens these ankles. It helps us to have better walking ability, so it's a good thing, okay? Maybe. You may be hearing lots of noise going on in that ankle, the top of the foot, the feet. Now let's reverse, go the other way. My shape is not the same when I go the other way. Some folks are doing the entire leg. Try to isolate it, just the foot. That's a challenge for me. I had to really concentrate to do that. Because every time I would do a teach back video, my teacher would say, you're doing the whole leg. Okay. And release. Let's do the other one, okay? So bring it up. Again, we're pointing and flexing first. Ooh, this one's stiff. Do you notice one side is more stiff than the other? I didn't notice it here on the floor, but in the air, I do. This hip was more spicy and this one's less spicy. Now, again, we're going to draw a circle inward towards your center. Oof. Oh, big old snap there. Big old snap, crackle, pop. Listen to my bones creak. There you go. Okay, yeah, I laugh at my own jokes. I know they're not funny, but, it gets my brain feeling good. And reverse, other direction. Ooh, how does that feel? I'm making a bigger shape on this side. It's like, okay, what are you doing? I don't know. Very nice. And release. Stomp those feet. Wiggle them side to side. Come up on the balls of the feet. Again, stomp them. Now, if you've got plantar fasciitis, this might be challenging. You might just, do a soft up and down and a soft wiggle. But again, wiggling, shaking your legs helps to prevent leg cramps. Do this daily, daily, daily. Very good. From here, inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Bring down the chi. Let's clap the hands. Oh, do it again. And rub some heat into the palms. We're going to do some knee strengtheners next. So we're going to enjoy some little stuff here. So again, if you have knee issues, be sweet, be kind to yourself, okay? So again, gather the heat. Maybe you're squishing meatballs here or back and forth, the campfire, yeah? And walk my feet a little forward here. I'm going to place my hands on my knees with that warmth of my palms. Now I'm doing this softly, okay? Again, do what you can with what you got today. If this is not your thing, maybe you rub on the sides instead. Reverse directions. Now we're going to come up on the pads of our fingers and do the knee circles to kind of address all those little acupressure areas. So again, kind of cat claws. And this kind of tickles to me. It's like almost close to being ticklish. It's like kind of edgy for me. Yeah. In reverse. Oof. Okay, and take the palms of our hands, tap, tap, tap the outsides for lessening knee pain. Again, we're not whapping. It's tapping, soft taps. I love it. Okay, so our knee strengthener today is just our regular knee strengthener. We're going to scoot back to the back of the chair. And I've got a back on this one today. I usually have one that doesn't have a back, but I thought, I got to have it back. So what we'll do, again, you're going to have low core contraction, low belly contraction, mid belly, upper belly, whatever you contract, bring it towards your spine, okay? We're going to lift one leg up. Show me the bottom of your feet. Now, this feels weird on the chair, so I always lift up my leg. If you need to have your hand underneath to help facilitate that, please do so. And then we lower and hover, don't touch the floor, and then point it away. So this is a knee strengthener. And release. Now, don't hold your breath. Be sure to breathe, okay? Let's do the other one. Flex your heel, toes towards you. Again, I'm going to lift my leg because it feels stuck on this metal chair. Oh my gosh, I got stuff in my pockets. And then lower. Take that stuff out. Oh, it's trash. And then point toes and lower. Okay, this is the knee strengtheners, okay? And the surrounding tissue. Let's do the other side. So flex that foot as if you're stepping on the brake or the accelerator. I guess it's the brake, yeah? And then lower. I drive with both my feet. I know that's illegal, but this is how I drive. My dad taught me that way, so can't undo 50 years of driving. And then release. You don't feel that in your hips? Maybe. And then flex that heel. Woo! Toes towards you. And release it down. And then point the toes. And release. One more time each side. Here we go. Flex that heel. Very good. Lower, hover. Point the toes. And release. Other side, last time. Flex the heel. I love it. Lower. And point the toes and lower. Shift forward a little bit, clap your hands, get some heat once again into the palms, and let's rub our shins. If you can hinge forward, if it's safe for you, rub your shins, the calves, come up underneath, on the side, on the other side. Very good. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up, bring down the chi. Next is spinal cord breathing. So we had those cuppy hands when we swung the arms. Remember that? Have cuppy hands in front. And let's inhale, elbows up, chest forward, and then contract the belly button, curve the spine, exhale. So this is like seated cat-cow in yoga. And again, elbows up, inhale up. It's a pelvic tilt too. And then exhale, curve that spine. Be slow, be sweet. Again, inhaling up, up, up. Extension and flexion of the spine. Exhale. Let's turn to the side this time. Inhale, elbows up. Woo! Exhale, back to the center. Over to the other side. Inhale, up, 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 up. Back to the center. And one more, back to the center. Then it's our blood pressure technique. Elbows up. Back to the center. Exhaling. And then nice tall spine. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. This time, back of the hands come down the heart center, blood pressure technique. And then you place your thumbs into the pad of your hand, fingers on top of the thumb, and then elbows back, chest forward, breathe in. Exhale, arms out to the side, kind of concaving your chest there. And then inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Exhale, bring it down. Grab those thumbs, elbows back, inhale, chest forward. Exhale out to the side. So this helps either lower or raise your blood pressure. Inhale up. Exhale, bring it down. Grab those thumbs. There's your heart meridian. Elbows back. Breathe in. Exhale out to the side. One more time. Inhaling, circle, sweep arms up. Exhale, bring it down. Grab those thumbs. Bring it back. Breathe in. Squeeze those shoulders. Exhale out to the side. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up, and bring down the chi. From here, draw a circle in, and then the other circle. You kind of know this as, what is this called? Wax my car, wax in, wax off. Karate Kid, yeah, I was wrong. Yeah, my mind went to the Bahamas there for a moment. I was like, what was the name of that movie? It's called Perry. This is for our brain, for our core. So you're shifting weight from one bun to the other. You're kind of crossing the same place at the center. And you may have your circles be small. I think about like I'm wiping my coffee table, wiping the crumbs to the center. Now let's pause and wipe out. So I tend to go more out when I do the circles as opposed to more in. And again, I'm doing what I can with what I've got today, whatever that is, okay? It's okay to be maybe challenged one side versus the other because, you know, we're asymmetrical sometimes. Whew. Now, bring it to like you're wiping the windows or wiping the car, the side of the car. You may be noticing you're kind of breathing into different areas of the lungs with a little bit of this twisting movement, okay? Again, if you don't want to twist, make it a little bit smaller, and that's okay. Now we're going to pause and wipe it in. Oh, very good. It takes a couple times to kind of get that movement pattern. I'm going to bring my feet a little wider. Oh, that feels better. Now, if you want to be more vigorous, if you make fists and bring the elbows down the center instead, elbow digs. That's just an option. You can keep doing the waxing on, waxing off. Come over to my house and wash my car, please, but it's raining, so don't do it now. I had somebody from Western Yoga Project that took a class here, and they contacted me in my email and said, hey, I'm going to be in the area. You want to meet up? I said, sure. I had a great conversation. If you're ever in the area of Belmont, Port Neches, send me an email. We'll hook up, okay? All right, now bring it back on top. Wiping it in, make it smaller, smaller, and smaller. Y'all notice that kind of energy sensation going on? Maybe so. Let's do sumo stomp. So contract that belly button towards your spine. You're going to take a leg out to the side. So you're noticing, ooh, there's spicy pain going on, or not, and bring it in. Let's do the other side, as if you're hopping over a golf ball, okay? Ooh, my hip is popping. Now, if you want to add more, have a little support, you can have a hand underneath to raise it a little bit more into that range of motion. Again, if it's painful, maybe doing less. You can also add a little vibrational stomp into the floor, little bone building. It's always a bonus. Bone density, option. You don't have to do the stomping, especially if you have any neuromas or those kind of things going on that are kind of like, ooh, I don't know if I like this. Just because I say to do it, don't. Doesn't mean you have to do it, okay? Next will be swallow flies to the nest. It's a lot of people's favorite. One more stomp in, one more stomp out, and one more in. Very good. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Exhale, bring them palms up. Now we're going to inhale. I'm going to bring my feet a little wide. Inhale, bring an arm across. Exhale, arm way out wide. Inhale, up and over. This is like side lateral flexion in yoga. And then exhale in front. Now bring it back to the center. We're switching sides. Brain work. Inhale, bring it across. Very good. Exhale, out to the side. Inhale, up and over. Keep the buttons on the chair now. And then exhale in front. Very good. Let's do the other one again. Inhale, bring it across. Exhale, out to the side. Inhale, up and over, and exhale. One more time this side. Inhale, bring it across. Actually, a couple more times. Exhale, out to the side. Inhale, up and over, and exhale. Here's the poem that goes with this. Inhale, swallow flies east. Exhale, swallow flies west. Inhale, swallow flies up, and lands in its nest. Exhaling. Bring it back to the center. Inhale, swallow flies east, swallow flies west, swallow flies up and over, and then lands in its nest. Let's do one more. Breathe in, swallow flies east, swallow flies west, swallow flies up and over, and lands in its nest. Again, swallow flies east, breathe in. Swallow flies west. Swallow flies up and over and lands in its nest. Let's do that finishing breath. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up and bring down the chi. You know what? Let's do teacup. We haven't done teacup in a while. So teacup is where you have an imaginary cup in your hand and you need to keep the palm up, which sometimes is mission impossible, yeah? So you know what? I'm going to grab my little red ball so you can visually see this too. It's a squishy ball. And it's just a kind of a nice thing. If you have a squishy ball or a yard ball, this is, nice to kind of add this to your repertoire, kind of a visual stimulation. So what we do, we have our hands in the center, and we're going to take an elbow out to the side. We have the hand to the armpit, yeah? Then we lean forward, you sneak the ball back behind you, okay? Then you lean out the opposite direction of where that ball is, and you bring the ball out, so it's palms up. Very good. Then from here, core engage, you're going to draw a circle low and up and back behind you, keeping the palm up as you bring it in. Okay, did your palm go down? Maybe it did. Let me try it without the ball. So it's going to be elbow out to the side, palm up, sneak it back behind me. I'm hinged forward a little bit, and I'm going to lean out to the side and bring my palm out to the side, palm up, and I bring it low, and I lean back and make that circle to make sure that palm stays up. Again, I'm going to use the ball on this. So elbow out, ball or hand sneaks behind me. I lean out, palm up as I bring it like a tornado-ish type of shape and bring it back. Whew. Let's do that again. Elbow out, ball, the hand to the armpit, and sneak it back behind you. Hide your ball, hide your hand, palm out to the side, palm up, and bring it low and do that nice little circular movement. Very good. Okay, now here's where it gets complicated. We switch over to the other side. Okay. Today's class is a little bit longer today. That's a bonus, okay? So bring it out to the side, palm up, lean forward, ball sneaks and hides, okay? Maybe it stays there. And you bring your palm out to the side, palm up, and then you draw that circle, lean back. That's a hard one to describe, okay? It's just, you can visually watch it, okay? Let's do that. So ball, hand to the armpit, let me just put that down, and sneak it behind you, and then palm up, and then I'm going to watch it, palm up, the entire time. Maybe it's crooked, but that's okay. Whew, and bring it back around. How'd it go? Let's try it again. Out here to the side and sneak it behind you. Lean forward a little bit. Lean over to the side. Hang onto your chair if you need to. Palm up. It's out. Arm is out to the side, and you bring it low. Keep that palm up. I'm watching it. Oh my gosh. And bring it back to the center. I'm going to grab my ball again for the last time. So back to the armpit. Sneak it behind you. Lean out to the side. Palm up. And then watch to see that you're doing palm up as you bring it up and back to the center. Very good. Here we go. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Bring down the chi. Excellent. From here, bring the ankle bones together and the knees are apart a little bit. We're going to do the jitterbug with a twist. So this is ankle mobility and brain work. So we're going to take our feet out to the side. So it's kind of heel toeing, and your upper body kind of naturally twist the opposite direction. Now I'm on a metal chair, so my behind's moving kind of freely here, but when I was teaching this earlier in person, it was like my behind was getting hot on this one. It is what it is, yeah. I go from more to the left and then I do the right. That's interesting. Okay. You may notice your shins starting to get a little tired, a little challenged. Again, great for ankle mobility or brain work, yeah. And bring it back to the center. All right, back to the center. Heels out, toes in, kind of like a, what, penguins, I guess? I don't know. We're going to heel toe out, opposite ends of the room. So individual ankle mobility, and this may be where you're noticing, the right one is more strong than the left one, or vice versa. Or maybe it feels a little different in the shin in one side versus the other. Again, things for you to kind of notice. And then make a mental note. Maybe there's something I need to do to strengthen that. Something to contemplate, yeah? All the way back in. All the way back out. And we'll join here at the center. Very good. Clap the hands, rub those hands. And again, get those legs, the sides, the undersides, the shins, the calves. Kind of stomp those feet a little bit. And wiggle those legs. Very good. Next is our energy work. So let's find our collarbone and then go 2 or 3 fingers down below there and thump our thymus. That's for T-cell production to increase our immunity. Notice if it feels tender, if it does, usually you have some inflammation challenges going on. Let me come a little closer while y'all do that. Thump the thymus. Now what I like to do sometimes is I add a little voice to that. And we're going to do our big 6 lymphatic drainage. So we're going to take our little hands. Maybe you can do Spock hands. Maybe you can't. But you do fingers above and below your collarbone and stroke down the side of the collarbone. This is part of our Qigong detoxing technique to get the lymphatic flow going in our bodies. What I notice when I do this, and you can tap also, is I'll have lots of extra sinus drainage. Some people have headaches, because maybe they've got lots of stuck muck in their body. So basically we're flushing our body toilets while we are stimulating the lymphs in our bodies. Let's do the other side. Again, above, it's not like, it's soft going across, okay? You can do this through clothing. Some people do this in the shower, but the thoughts are do it skin to skin or hand on clothing to skin, not with water or lotion. And you can also tap. Notice if one side feels a little bit more tender than the other when you do this. Okay, so next is, again, fingers in front of the ears and back of the ears. You can stroke down the jawline and down the neckline, but I also like to do the back of the head. Yes, I have an undercut. So the back of the head, the cervical 1 and 2. So again, a lot of our lymph nodes, about 70% of them are from the collarbone up, armpit, collarbone up. So this is a very important area. So when you go to the doctor and you're sick, they're always like checking, do you have any swollen, lymph nodes? Inflammation is what that indicates, okay? Let's do the other side. So here we go. I try not to do both of these at the same time because, you are on that cartoid sometimes. So I do them one at a time. Again, get the back a little bit too. Ooh, I'm sweaty today. Oh, wait a minute, I'm sweaty every time. Now, a little bonus is you take the middle 2 fingers, if you can do that. Some people cannot. You cross the hands and you kind of curve your body forward a little bit. You find that little hollow and you just gently pump into there. That's another little area that sometimes we don't get when we're doing stroking down the neck. Again, it's just a little pulsating there. So when men and women get breast cancer, they often check the axillary lymph nodes to see if cancer has moved into there. And that is in your pectorals, in your armpits. So let's make that right angle with your hand and pump into your armpit. Now that thumb is in front, so you can kind of squeeze the pectoral at the same time. So maybe it's a soft pumping in. Some folks like to go ahead and just like rub into the armpit. I know I like to take the side of the fist and pound into the armpit. So again, I've incorporated this into the Qigong detox method because it's very similar to what we do in chair Tai Chi. But, everybody's talking about the big 6 lymphatic drainage. So, I'm incorporating that into our what we do. Let's do the other side. Again, press in and up, or you can kind of stroke, or if you want to slap, you can slap or tap. I was always jealous of the elementary school boys that were like able to make those sounds in their armpits. I know that's kind of silly, right? Because that was not ladylike back in the 60s and 70s, okay? All right, the next area is the stomach area. Now I kind of move my feet forward. I find where the bottom of my ribs are and I kind of stroke that. That's your diaphragm. So sometimes our diaphragm is like really stuck into there. So a little bit of manipulation is good, yeah. And then where your belt line is, you can use the side of the hands and chop or slap or fists. You work this abdominal, this front torso area, okay? Lots of lymph nests in this too. It's related to gut issues. So we're working our gut indirectly by stimulating the lymphatic flow. Now I'm going to make my knees go out wide, kind of like we did in sumo stomp. So where the leg inserts into the torso, that's called the iguanal crease. I know I'm not saying that right. But I take the sides of my hands and chop what we call the qua in Tai Chi. We turn from the qua in a lot of our movements. We're going to chop the qua now. So here we go. This is the area, of course, that they check for prostate cancer if cancer has moved into these lymph nodes. So let's flush them out. Flush it out. Get that movement going. This should be done daily if you can. Look up Big Six altogether to find out more good info, okay? Now I'm going to bring my feet in, and then my feet a little bit more forward. Let me scoot back a little bit so you can kind of see this. And that way, again, I kind of do that little right angle going on, and I rub the back of the knees. So it's the bottom of the hamstring and the top of the calf and the back of the bend of the knees. So if you tend to have edema, swelling in the feet, the roadblock is these lymph nests in the back of the knees. So you got to work the back of the knees before you work the feet. Actually, you need to go what we just did, the Big Six, to make it more effective to reduce that edema, that swelling, okay? You can also chop into there. If you got Baker cysts, you may want to be a little bit more tender or a little bit more soft, yeah? Very good. Come back up to a nice tall seated place. Let's clap the hands. Rub some heat into the hands. I'm going to take my glasses off. Hope they don't fall. There you go. And I'm going to cup my hands over my eyes to help increase tear production, to warm up the eyes. Breathe in. Breathe out this healing heat into our eyes, which are directly connected to our brain, which is a good thing. Maybe you have the heels of your hands into the bottoms of your cheekbones, which is stimulating, releasing stuff held in the sinuses. So it's a good thing. And then the hands here on the forehead, that's often another area for sinus pressure. So I kind of like this for getting all that muck out, yeah? Very good. I'm going to scoot back into my chair. We're going to do that guided rest and gratitude practice. My feet are a little wide, just kind of relaxed here. Palms resting on my lap. I'm going to close my eyes or gaze down at the floor. So what I'm just going to do here is just notice my body from the top of my head all the way to the tips of my toes. Is there still tension being held? So what I'm going to do is I breathe in, I kind of focus on that area, which is going to be my left hip, and breathe in the oxygen into that area, or, I'm visually thinking this, right? And then just letting that soften, release, relax, let go. So again, breathe in, belly out, and exhale. Let go of what no longer serves you today. Relax the shoulders, the torso, the behind. Relax the tension held in the legs. If this is uncomfortable to have the legs apart, you can cross at the ankles with the knees out and maybe bring the feet in. That's often very comfortable for seated in the chair. If you're on the couch, you can kind of get a little bit more comfortable. That's kind of nice. Maybe the chin comes towards your chest a little bit. Again, belly expands as you breathe in and contracts a little bit as you exhale. Notice the surface that's supporting you today. The chair, the couch, the floor. Notice feeling very heavy, very weighted into that surface that supports you. Now contrast that with the front places of the body. Feeling very light, very lightweight. The arms are light, the legs are light. You feel the air coming across the face, maybe the arms, the feet, whatever skin is exposed today. And again, contrast that to feeling very grounded, very weighted, heavy in the back places of the body. And again, contrasting that feeling into the front places of the body. The arms are light, the legs are light, the torso is light. Very good. Let's come away from our back of our chair, come back to a tall seated place. And let's think about one thing that we might be grateful for or an idea of gratitude. And let's place our hands either stacked or together at our heart center. Let's drop our chin in gratitude, just showing up today. And again, whatever you're grateful for, let's grab that, clasp that, and place it into your heart center. Very nice. And then let's bring your eyes to gaze forward once again. Let's end our class like we started today. We'll make that right fist, that's the sun, and that left palm, that's the moon. Then we bow down to one another in respect to end our chair Tai Chi class today. This concludes our practice of chair Tai Chi. Let me stop the recording.